What would you say are the biggest infrastructure challenges that's facing Africa today? What are some of the effective ways for the African diaspora in the United States to contribute to real estate development in Africa?
What we see is that people are fixated about the city centers. Development is actually where you go to places that's not developed and then you begin to develop it. What we do in Africa, speaking as a developer, in Africa you have to build the road leading to your subdivision, you have to get the power yourself, you have to get the water yourself, so almost everything. I mean, you're just your own government, So the challenge is planning, and one of the ways to mitigate that is to get very good low interest capital. Getting something from diaspora, I'm sure it will be around the single digit. It helps a lot, and then you can do the infrastructure, and plan better with that. The biggest success is that you can actually, meet companies, especially the ones in the US that also do business in Africa. Get the ones that have base in the US, that are probably big, and also do business in Africa. That way things will be seamless, and easy.
When looking at development and looking at residential development, we have to look at the entire community, the ecosystem that works. I see that if we can build more sustainable products within Africa, that they can be used in the housing and market. So the efficiency of the future is available. We may need to focus on training more people in 3D printing of buildings. It's going to be more mainstream as we go along. We'll see it over here a lot more. But I think that concept, if we get that into Africa early, now, get people trained, you'll be amazed at how fast things can be developed and at a much more affordable price. The U.S. embassies must take a more aggressive look at bringing U.S. citizens in for purposes of doing business and then giving them a comfort zone, a comfort level that it's okay to do business in that country.
I think we need more countries to actually take an approach, maybe through tourism or what have you, to actually invite more diasporans so they can understand exactly how to operate in the landscape. The next step, however, is how we can actually create a mortgage program, mortgage scheme for diasporans to actually get a mortgage in the US to invest in Africa. Africa has been able to actually advance slightly faster than it would have been if we had stuck to old technology. Renewable energy also give Africa that opportunity again to skip, the expensive building of infrastructure for the old way of doing things, having a regulatory environment, having government that have, maybe stable currency. All those things actually help bring more U.S. companies and investors to Africa. So I think that if pairing the lenders and the investors with insurance companies to help the lenders be assured that they will recoup most or all of their investments regardless, will be a good way to actually increase mortgage and lending in Africa.
I actually fund in Africa, in all areas of the continent. There is no country that I can't touch. And so connecting with the tourism boards, a lot of them don't have a lot of marketing that's coming out, but as you said, connecting with the mayors of some of the locations in the United States and maybe forward thinking to push it to Africa from the US, that there is a US-based bank that is offering funding. We definitely have funding. The only stipulation is that you have to have a connection to the United States. We are a US-based bank. We are aware that the credit system is not used overseas in all other countries outside of the US. So we've eliminated the credit system for Africa. So to service people in a way that you would actually do business in the United States will encourage people who are already here to purchase in the international countries, as well as giving them the ability to buy without utilizing their credit score.
Without the air transportation, you cannot make any difference. The airline industry in Africa is very fragmented. We, as an African, we can do what is called African maintenance and repair and overhaul. So how do we do this? West Africa as a section of Africa is a major gateway to sub-Saharan Africa. which attracts over 750 billion in annual trade. But in West Africa, we don't have anything. So we can put a world-class maintenance, repair, and facility. That is a way of introducing this smartness about this infrastructural investments. What I'm trying to say is that we in Africa, in order to make our nation to be a nation of repute, a nation that everybody's going to respect, we all have to come together and make a decision on how do we move forward.